They're about to then dump this ice water all over their heads. This is Quinlan from Go North Japan, and I'm here in Hanamaki on January 2nd for the annual Koshio Shrine Sominsai Festival. This festival dates back more than 200 years. The festival involves men stripping down to Fundoshi with these little stomach wraps. After dumping cold water over their heads, they carry torches and march up to the top of this mountain where there's a number of events. They also have KAGURA, sort of Shinto traditional dance to amuse the gods going on. They also throw mochi down and mikan, I believe, to the crowd. And then they have a battle, the Daifunto, for the Somin BUKURO, or this sort of bag of magic wood chips of the gods, which they start at the top of the shrine and carry with them all the way back down in sort of almost rugby or football-like match. I'm sort of struggling over this ball to get back down to the bottom. All right, so let's get back to the action. They were just pounding mochi. Pretty soon after them pounding mochi, I believe they will dump buckets of ice water over their heads, and we'll get to it. They're gonna come out, and they've filled up all these buckets with cold water, so they're about to then line up in a group of 4 or 5 and dump this ice water all over their heads. Now they're doing final bows, and they'll light their torches and begin the march up to the top. He's lighting these torches with a candle. All right, I'm going up. I'm going to try and go up ahead so I can see them coming up. Now at least the waiting part is done. They'll light their torches following SARUTAHIKO, or something like that. Maybe I got that name wrong. And then they'll climb up these precarious, rather icy, slippery stairs. After that, they'll reach the top where they'll put their torches on a bonfire and then do the mochi throwing and other things. Now keep in mind, when you look at these stairs here, they're icy, they're slippery, and they're gonna race down this while fighting over this Somin BUKURO. It's actually pretty dangerous. Sominsai. This is the Koshio Sominsai, but there are about 7 Sominsai throughout Iwate. It is a type of festival that pervades this prefecture. Now the origin goes back to ancient times when it was said that MUTO no Kami, a god, transformed into human shape and went to a local village up here in this area. And there he found 2 brothers. There was a wealthy brother and a poor brother. First, he went to the wealthy brother and asked if he could spend the night, have something to eat, and the wealthy brother said, you don't have no money? Sorry, can't help you. So then he went to Somin Shorai, which is the name of the younger brother, who was very poor, living with his wife and children. And he asked him, and Somin Shorai said, well, I don't have much, but sure, you're welcome to come and have as much as I can offer for hospitality. And so he took care of him that night, and he stayed and ate and gave him the best he had, and then he left. Well, a couple of years later, this god, MUTO no Kami, came back and revealed himself to Somin Shorai as a god. Then he said, from now on, you and your family will be blessed with good health and prosperity for generations to come. And so this festival commemorates that god's blessing of Somin Shorai and his descendants. And just by participating, of course, they're purifying their luck and strengthening themselves. And then in addition to that, they compete for this bag of magic wood chips. And people come from all over Japan, in some cases from as far away as Kyushu, to participate in these festivals. You'll see a little later when they're fighting on their way back down the mountain, someone will get this bag of magic wood chips, and I believe then they're blessed for the whole year of good fortune, wealth, health, everything. They've reached the top. The torches are let to burn. A bonfire will be built, and they prepare to receive the blessing at the top shrine here, as you can see. This is the mayor of Hanamaki. Okay, so the battle has begun, and now they're fighting for the Somin BUKURO, which goes down this very steep stairway. This year there's not much snow, and so they've got to be really careful or they could get hurt very easily doing this. I've seen blood on the snow a number of times seeing this festival in the past. So this part of the festival can last anywhere from just a few minutes if one person gets loose at the top and sprints all the way to the bottom gate at the bottom, or it can go on for an hour or more as they slowly inch their way down while followed by hordes of photographers, including me. But even being a photographer, this is kind of exciting. You have to sort of dance around them, getting close enough and not getting bowled over or yelled at. And they're off into the woods. Nearly at the bottom. Looks like no clear winner at this point. The final gate is that torii down there, the concrete one. They're pretty close to it now. Right behind me is the final torii gate, and right now they're just a few meters ahead of me this way. It's kind of backlit, but you can see. And when they reach this final gate, the winner, the one who's gripping the Somin BUKURO, the Somin bag, will be declared. Right now it looks like about 3 people are grabbing it all at the same time, and I asked, and apparently if they cross through and there's still like 3 people holding the bag, then whoever's hand is on the bottom is apparently the winner, who gets to take home the bag and have fortune and good health for the next year. But hopefully somebody will break out. Let's get back to the action. They've gone off the trail into the snow. Apparently somebody's got their legs stuck in the mud and they're having problems pulling it out, so we'll see how they resolve this. Got stuck in the mud, and I'm not sure what happened. Let's see if we can find out who won and what the heck just happened there.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
This is 初めてです。いえいえ、全然とっても話されたり、とっても話されたり、それの繰り返しです。
勝った年は違いますか？
いえ、もう何するにしてもやっぱりうまくいきますよね。
やっぱりそうですね。ありがとうございます。First of all, the mud on my forehead is from one of the winners. They were all covered in mud as they all piled in to the rice paddy, and they got so stuck that normally they would go through that final torii gate, and the winner would be the one who was through that gate. But because they got so stuck in the mud in the rice paddy, they just blew the trumpets and declared it over there. Then I saw the guy who I thought would win, the long-haired guy, covered in mud, coming out. A lot of people were interviewing him, and so I thought he was the winner. But it turns out he was maybe the third place or second place winner or something, and the main winner was being interviewed somewhere else. And I did get an interview with the main winner. And it turns out he has actually been participating for 12 years in different Sominsai, and this is the first time he won the Koshio Jinja one here in Hanamaki, where that guy is actually from. But he did win the Kokusekichi Sominsai twice before. At any rate, this festival is just the beginning. I'll actually be participating in 2 of these this year, where I'll be dressed very similar to those guys. In fact, almost identical. I'm also doing Instagram. My account is Quinlan. You can see at Instagram. Follow me. I've got a lot of pictures from various festivals, events, mountains, everything else. And I've started Twitter as well at GoNorthJ. So please follow. Thanks. This has been the Koshio Shrine Sominsai in Hanamaki, Japan. I'm Quinlan from Go North Japan, and I'll see you on the trails.